Alan Tudyk is one of Hollywood's busiest actors. Most recently, he was seen in the film Trumbo, starring Bryan Cranston, and heard in Disney's new animated film Moana. The actor will be heard again as security droid K2SO in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Tudyk is probably best known for his role in the TV series Firefly and the movie version Serenity, starring alongside Nathan Fillion. I sat via satellite with Tudyk, who is producing, directing, and starring with Fillion in a new comedy series called Con Man. It's all about an actor whose sci-fi TV show was canceled and now makes a living attending sci-fi conventions.
In the fall of 2004, a television network foolishly canceled the epic space show Spectrum. But fans kept Spectrum alive in their imaginations and safe in their shattered hearts. Now, 10 years later, an army of fans celebrate the cast, and conventions are devoted to the adventure and the mythos that was and always will be Spectrum. Everyone loves Spectrum.
I hate Spectrum! I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it!
Well, everyone but Ray Nearly.
It was a great show.
It was the best thing I've ever done. That's the problem.
The Salt Lake City Con is sort of perfect segue. You know, it's about the con world. That's the con and Con Man. And he was on a short-lived television, sci-fi television show with Nathan Fillion's character, Jack Moore. After it was canceled too soon, Jack Moore goes on to huge, big Matt Damon stardom, and my character sort of makes some bad choices and ends up pigeonholed as a sci-fi guy, and those are the only jobs he gets, and they get worse and worse, you know, low-rent genre films. And so he goes to a lot of cons where he has a huge fan following, but he, over the years, starts to lose faith in his own career and doesn't appreciate it as much as maybe he should. So you get a view, you get the con world where when he goes to those cons, but you also get a struggling actor. And I was able to pull from a lot of the experiences that I've had over the years after Firefly was canceled, and I was introduced to that world.
It's not making fun of the fans. It's really kind of just understanding how all this works.
Absolutely. The fans, you know, they did crowdfund and the first season and gave it wings to fly. You know, they're always the heroes of the story. You know, I want to show, you know, that it doesn't poke fun at them. They have a great sense of humor about some of the absurdities of that world, but it's a celebration of them, and the oddities and the bizarre people are really behind the scenes. You know, we told a story of one photographer. They do portraits of these things, and he would shoot pictures for a while, and then he'd be like, I'm sorry, I have to take a break. My finger, it's too much. He had a bucket of ice, like a champagne bucket that he'd rest his finger in, and he needed a glass of Prosecco and some time off. Can I get a chair? Like, it was, like, what? This guy is the weirdest person I've met all day. So it's people like him who make appearances in the show, and I mean, and those types of characters are endless at these cons. I've been going now since 2003, so there's a good amount of stories in my head.
Before I say goodbye, let's just give a nod to Star Wars. You're in that as well. Rogue One. How was it? Have you seen the film?
I did see the film. I just saw the film this past weekend, and I'm very excited for people to see this. You know, we did it for 6 months last year. I play K2SO, who's the droid. There's kind of introduce a droid every installment. Last time it was BB-8. K2SO is this very tall, 7'1", former Imperial droid who has a sort of wry way about him that kind of adds a lot of comedy, you know, or not a lot, but adds comedy in the right places in this gritty war film. It's ultimately a war film. You know, they're trying to get the plans to the Death Star, because the next one in the series is the one with Luke Skywalker. So spoiler alert, they get the plans to the Death Star. But you kind of assume because that movie's already been shot.
Well, it's so great to talk to you. And again, you have so many action figures, by the way. Just keep doing that, too, because the shelves are being filled with just Alan Tudyk action figures.
I know. It's pretty. I need to get them to have like some battle royale where they all fight one another. I really need to do that, actually.
Maybe on Robot Chicken they'll do something. But anyway, it's terrific to seeing you and talking to you again. Come back out to Salt Lake as soon as you can, and we'll get together.
Thank you. Absolutely.
You can catch Alan Tudyk in Con Man. It's on demand on Vimeo. For Gephardt Daily, I'm Tony Toscano.